Hawaii is the only U.S. state made up entirely of islands, located in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It is also the most isolated population center on Earth, sitting about 2,400 miles from California, its nearest mainland neighbor. Because of this, Hawaii has no bordering states and no land boundaries at all. The state consists of 137 islands, though only 8 are considered the main islands. The largest is Hawaii Island, which is still growing due to active volcanoes like Kilauea and Mauna Loa. These volcanoes make Hawaii one of the most geologically active places in the world. Honolulu, located on Oahu, is the capital and largest city. It is home to the majority of the state's population, which is around 1.4 million people. Most residents live on Oahu, making it the most densely populated island. Hawaii is an island state of the United States, in the Pacific Ocean about 2,000 miles, 3,200 kilometers, southwest of the U.S. mainland. One of the 2 non-contiguous U.S. states, along with Alaska, it is the only state not on the North American mainland, the only state that is an archipelago, the only state south of the Tropic of Cancer, one of only 2 states, along with Florida, with regions that have a tropical climate, and one of the 2 U.S. states, along with Texas, that were internationally recognized sovereign countries before becoming U.S. states. Hawaii consists of 137 volcanic islands that make up almost the entire Hawaiian archipelago, the exception is Midway Atoll. Spanning 1,500 miles, 2,400 kilometers, the state is physiographically and ethnologically part of the Polynesian subregion of Oceania. Hawaii's ocean coastline is consequently the 4th longest in the U.S., at about 750 miles, 1,210 kilometers. The 8 main islands, from northwest to southeast, are Niihau, Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Kahulae, Maui, and Hawaii, after which the state is named. The last is often called the Big Island or Hawaii Island to avoid confusion with the state or archipelago. The uninhabited northwestern Hawaiian Islands make up most of the Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument, the largest protected area in the U.S. and the 4th largest in the world. Of the 50 U.S. states, Hawaii is the 8th smallest in land area and the 11th least populous, but with 1.4 million residents, it ranks 13th in population density. 2/3 of Hawaii residents live on Oahu, home to the state's capital and largest city, Honolulu. Hawaii is one of the most demographically diverse U.S. states, owing to its location in the Central Pacific and over 2 centuries of migration. As one of 9 majority-minority states, it has the only Asian American plurality, the largest Buddhist community and largest proportion of multiracial people in the U.S. Consequently, Hawaii is a unique melting pot of North American and East Asian cultures, in addition to its indigenous Hawaiian heritage. Settled by Polynesians sometime between 1000 and 1200 CE, Hawaii was home to numerous independent chiefdoms. In 1778, British explorer James Cook was the first known non-Polynesian to arrive at the archipelago. Early British influence is reflected in the state flag, which bears a Union Jack. An influx of European and American explorers, traders, and whalers soon arrived, leading to the decimation of the once isolated indigenous community through the introduction of diseases such as syphilis, tuberculosis, smallpox, and measles. The native Hawaiian population declined from between 300,000 and 1 million to less than 40,000 by 1890. Hawaii became a unified, internationally recognized kingdom in 1810, remaining independent until American and European businessmen overthrew the monarchy in 1893. This led to annexation by the U.S. in 1898. As a strategically valuable U.S. territory, Hawaii was attacked by Japan on December 7, 1941, which brought it global and historical significance, and contributed to America's entry into World War II. Hawaii is the most recent state to join the Union, on August 21, 1959. In 1993, the U.S. government formally apologized for its role in the overthrow of Hawaii's government, which had spurred the Hawaiian sovereignty movement and has led to ongoing efforts to obtain redress for the indigenous population. Historically dominated by a plantation economy, Hawaii remains a major agricultural exporter due to its fertile soil and uniquely tropical climate in the U.S. Its economy has gradually diversified since the mid-20th century, with tourism and military defense becoming the two largest sectors. The state attracts visitors, surfers, and scientists with its diverse natural scenery, tropical climate, abundant public beaches, oceanic surroundings, active volcanoes, and clear skies. However, since the onset of the 21st century, climate change has wrought existential threats upon Hawaii and its tourism economy, featuring increasing drought and water shortages, sea level rise and hotel flooding in downtown Honolulu, and wildfire threats. These factors are compounded by an aging and declining population, with an exodus emigrating to the U.S. mainland. Hawaii hosts the U.S. Pacific Fleet, the world's largest naval command, as well as 75,000 employees of the Defense Department. Hawaii's isolation results in one of the highest costs of living in the U.S. However, Hawaii is the third wealthiest state and residents have the longest life expectancy of any U.S. state, at 80.7 years. Hawaii is the only U.S. state that was once an independent kingdom. It was unified by King Kamehameha I and later became a U.S. state in 1959 after the Hawaii statehood. The state has two official languages, English and Hawaiian. The Hawaiian language was once nearly extinct but has been revived through education and cultural programs. Today, it is used in schools, media, and public life. Hawaii has a tropical climate with warm temperatures year-round, usually between 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. However, it also has many microclimates, meaning you can experience rain, sunshine, and even snow, on high mountains, all in one day. Unlike many states, Hawaii has very few large rivers. One notable river is the Wailua River, which is one of the only navigable rivers in the state. Lakes are also rare, mostly formed in volcanic craters. Tourism is the largest industry in Hawaii. Millions of visitors travel there every year to see places like Waikiki and Haleakala National Park. However, the state is also working towards sustainable tourism to protect its environment. Hawaii is one of the most diverse states in the U.S. Its population includes native Hawaiians, Asians, Pacific Islanders, and people of European descent. This diversity is reflected in its culture, food, and traditions. The concept of aloha is central to Hawaiian life. It represents love, respect, peace, and compassion, and it influences how people interact with each other and their environment. Hawaii has one of the highest costs of living in the United States. Because it is so remote, many goods must be imported, which increases prices for food, housing, and fuel. The state is also a leader in renewable energy. Due to its reliance on imported oil, Hawaii has invested heavily in solar, wind, and geothermal energy to become more sustainable. Another interesting fact is that Hawaii does not observe daylight saving time. The time stays the same all year round. Hawaii is home to unique wildlife and plants, many of which are found nowhere else in the world. However, this also makes its ecosystems very sensitive to environmental changes and invasive species. Finally, Hawaii plays an important role in U.S. defense due to its location. It hosts major military facilities, including those connected to the United States Pacific Fleet, making it strategically important in the Pacific region. Hawaii, which became the 50th U.S. state on August 21, 1959, is different from other states due to its geographic location as a group of volcanic islands in the central Pacific Ocean. Called the Crossroads of the Pacific, the state is a transportation hub and is strategically important to the U.S. global defense system. Hawaii's population is a multi-ethnic society with a unique cultural heritage. The original Hawaiians descended from Polynesian settlers. Over time, immigrants from China, Japan, the Azores, Puerto Rico, the Philippines, Korea, and other places created a multi-ethnic society. Hawaii's economy relies on agriculture, diversified manufacturing, and tourism. The climate, water, soil, vegetation, and surrounding ocean are the state's only natural resources. Hawaii's path to statehood involved the growing influence of a minority of white individuals over the Hawaiian monarchy. This led to economic treaties with the United States, such as the Reciprocity Treaty of 1875, granting the U.S. special economic privileges and rights to establish a naval base at Pearl Harbor. Later, American and European businessmen seized power in 1893, which resulted in a short-lived republic until the administration of President William McKinley annexed the islands as a U.S. territory in 1900. The major islands that make up the state of Hawaii are the summits of a chain of volcanic mountains. The 8 main islands are, from west to east, Niihau, Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Kahoolawe, Maui, and Hawaii. The island of Hawaii, often referred to as the Big Island, is the largest and easternmost island. Hawaii has a mild tropical climate that many consider ideal. The northeast trade winds condition temperatures, making the islands comfortable year-round. The windward coasts have lush foliage because moisture-laden air condenses and dissipates against the shores and mountains, while the leeward coasts are drier. Rainfall varies dramatically across the state. Mount Wailea on Kauai is known as the wettest spot on Earth, averaging about 450 inches, 11,430 millimeters, of rainfall annually, while Kauai on the island of Hawaii is the driest, with only about 9 inches, 220 millimeters, per year. Hawaii's culture is a vibrant blend of native traditions and historical influences. The traditions of many ethnic groups have become mainstream in contemporary Hawaii, including the celebration of the Chinese New Year and the Japanese Bon Festival. At the heart of Hawaii's cultural identity is a renaissance that began in the 1970s, emphasizing the Hawaiian language, voyaging canoe traditions, the art of tattooing, traditional music, kapa making, and the hula. Hula, a sensuous mimetic Hawaiian dance, was originally a religious dance performed to honor the gods or praise chiefs. The Aloha spirit reflects the diverse communities living together on the islands. Poi, a starchy food paste made from the taro root, remains a staple, while poke, a dish of marinated raw fish, has gained international popularity. Hawaiian music is also a vital cultural force, drawing from diverse musical sources. The Hawaii stands as one of the most unique and captivating regions not only within the United States but across the entire world. Its story is not simply one of geography or tourism, but of deep cultural roots, environmental richness, historical transformation, and an ongoing effort to balance tradition with modern life. Situated in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii is the only U.S. state composed entirely of islands, and this defining feature shapes nearly every aspect of its identity. Hawaii lies approximately 2,400 miles southwest of the mainland United States, with California being its closest neighbor. Unlike any other state, it has no land borders, and its boundaries are entirely maritime. This isolation has contributed to a strong sense of independence and uniqueness, but it has also fostered deep connections with other Pacific regions, including Asia and the South Pacific. Hawaii is, in many ways, a bridge between worlds, a meeting point of East and West, tradition and modernity, land and sea. The state is an archipelago made up of 137 islands, though only 8 are considered the main inhabited ones. Among these, Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and Hawaii Island are the most prominent. Each island has its own personality, shaped by its geography, climate, and communities. Oahu, for instance, is the most urbanized and home to the capital city of Honolulu, while Kauai is known for its lush landscapes and slower pace of life. The Big Island, as its name suggests, is the largest and geologically youngest, still being formed by active volcanic processes. These islands were created by volcanic activity over millions of years as the Pacific tectonic plate moved over a hotspot beneath the Earth's crust. This process continues today, most visibly through active volcanoes such as Kilauea and Mauna Loa. These natural forces constantly reshape the land, creating new terrain even as they pose risks to nearby communities. The presence of volcanoes is a reminder that Hawaii is a living landscape, dynamic and ever-changing. The geography of Hawaii is remarkably diverse. Within a relatively small area, one can find tropical rainforests, arid deserts, towering mountains, and pristine beaches. The islands are surrounded by coral reefs teeming with marine life, making them some of the most biologically rich environments in the United States. However, the volcanic nature of the land means that Hawaii has relatively few large rivers. Water tends to seep quickly into porous lava rock, limiting the formation of long waterways. Still, there are notable exceptions like the Wailua River, which holds both ecological and cultural importance. Lakes are even rarer, though there are a few, including crater lakes formed by volcanic activity. Much of Hawaii's fresh water comes from underground aquifers, which are carefully managed to ensure sustainability. Rainfall varies dramatically across the islands, creating distinct microclimates. Windward sides are typically lush and wet, while leeward sides are drier and sunnier. This variation supports a wide range of ecosystems and agricultural activities. Hawaii's cities reflect a blend of natural beauty and modern development. Honolulu, located on Oahu, is the largest city and serves as the political, economic, and cultural center of the state. It is home to famous areas such as Waikiki, known worldwide for its beaches and tourism industry, and Pearl Harbor, a site of major historical significance. Other cities like Hilo and Kailua Kona offer different perspectives on island life, from lush rainforest environments to sunny coastal communities. The lifestyle in Hawaii is deeply influenced by its environment and cultural heritage. Central to this lifestyle is the concept of aloha, which goes beyond a simple greeting to encompass values of kindness, respect, and harmony. Life in Hawaii tends to move at a slower pace, with an emphasis on relationships, community, and connection to nature. Outdoor activities such as surfing, hiking, and snorkeling are integral parts of daily life, reflecting the island's natural beauty. Culturally, Hawaii is one of the most diverse places in the United States. Its population includes native Hawaiians, as well as people of Asian, Pacific Islander, and European descent. This diversity is reflected in the state's languages, traditions, and cuisine. Hawaiian and English are official languages, and many residents speak additional languages such as Japanese and Filipino dialects. Food in Hawaii is a fusion of cultures, with dishes that blend local ingredients and global influences. Historically, Hawaii was once an independent kingdom unified by King Kamehameha I. Under his leadership, the islands became a recognized sovereign nation. However, this independence was disrupted by the overthrow of the Hawaiian kingdom, which led to annexation by the United States and eventual statehood in 1959. This history continues to shape discussions about identity, sovereignty, and cultural preservation in modern Hawaii. The population of Hawaii is relatively small, at around 1.4 million people, with the majority living on Oahu. This concentration creates a contrast between urban and rural areas, influencing everything from infrastructure to access to services. Transportation between islands relies heavily on air travel, as there are no bridges connecting them. Within islands, road networks vary, with Oahu having the most developed infrastructure. Economically, Hawaii has long relied on tourism as a primary industry. Millions of visitors are drawn to its natural beauty, warm climate, and cultural richness each year. However, this reliance also creates challenges, including environmental strain and economic vulnerability. In response, there is a growing emphasis on diversifying the economy and promoting sustainable tourism practices. The cost of living in Hawaii is among the highest in the United States. This is largely due to its geographic isolation, which requires many goods to be imported. Housing, in particular, is expensive, creating challenges for residents. Efforts are being made to address these issues through policy changes and community initiatives, but they remain ongoing concerns. Education and research play important roles in Hawaii's development. The University of Hawaii is a major institution, contributing to fields such as marine science, climate research, and astronomy. Observatories on Mauna Kea make the state a global center for space observation, though this has also sparked debates about cultural and environmental impacts. Environmental stewardship is a central theme in Hawaii. The state's ecosystems are both rich and fragile, with many endemic species found nowhere else on Earth. Conservation efforts are critical to protecting these resources, particularly in the face of climate change and invasive species. Hawaii has taken leadership in renewable energy and sustainability, aiming to reduce its dependence on fossil fuels and promote environmentally responsible practices. Agriculture in Hawaii has evolved from large plantation systems to more diverse and sustainable approaches. Traditional crops like taro are being revived, and local food movements are gaining momentum. These efforts not only support food security but also reconnect communities with cultural practices. Socially, Hawaii is characterized by a strong sense of community, often described through the concept of ohana, or family. This extends beyond immediate relatives to include neighbors and friends, fostering a sense of belonging and mutual support. Diversity is celebrated, though challenges such as economic inequality and cultural preservation remain. Hawaii's role on the global stage continues to grow. Its location in the Pacific makes it strategically important for trade, travel, and military presence, including forces associated with the United States Pacific Fleet. At the same time, it serves as a cultural bridge, connecting different parts of the world. Looking ahead, Hawaii faces both opportunities and challenges. Climate change, economic pressures, and social dynamics will shape its future. Yet, the state's commitment to sustainability, cultural preservation, and community resilience offers a strong foundation. In conclusion, Hawaii is far more than a tropical destination. It is a place of deep history, cultural richness, environmental significance, and ongoing transformation. From its volcanic origins to its modern identity, Hawaii embodies a unique blend of past and present. Its story is one of resilience, adaptation, and connection, a reminder of the importance of balance between people, culture, and the natural world. Thank you for watching this video.